Hi, this is Bob Samuels from Tech Connector and the ABM Leaders Group. And I have one of my favorite ABM leaders here with me today, Bill Doyle from SAP. How are you, Bill?
I'm doing great, Bob. How are you?
I'm doing very well. And I'm very excited about our upcoming event on the 9th, where we'll be talking about actionable intelligence and figuring out how can we use that to have the best ABM marketing that we can. So you were one of the first people I thought of to put on the panel. I'm delighted to have you on the panel.
Thanks very much, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think this exchange among, ABM kind of passionate people is really critical. So I'm really looking forward to the conversation.
Yeah, and I've loved our discussions before and about what you're doing with Crystal Ball and just the insights and vision that you provide your company is just terrific, and love to learn from you as much as I can. And so some of the things that come up every once in a while. So as far as how do you figure out who are the right target audience, who are the right people, right companies to go after, who are the right personas within those companies, what are the buying committees and all of that. So you must have a team of people or data that you can utilize to try to hone in on the key folks to target.
Yeah, a couple things that I would say is maybe taking a half a step back, if you will. And when we think about insights at SAP, whether it's account insights and people insights, taking a step back, we look at like three different areas. We look at competitive insights, we look at market insights, and we also look at customer insights. Like those are the three major stovepipes, if you will, that we look at information. And taking those three together, there's a variety of different tools, processes, things that we do to get an understanding of our target audiences and our target markets. So, at its highest level, we'll start at looking at what's the market opportunity, right? The market insights for globally, for a region, for a country. And we look at those market insights from a growth standpoint. What's it forecasted to be over time? So we get a sense of like where do we have the greatest chances to win moving forward, right? Then secondly, we also look at the competitive insights and landscapes in these regions and countries. So where are we strong? Where are our competitors also positioned well? So we can figure out a strategy around how to really prosecute campaigns in those countries. And then the final rung that I talked about earlier was around the customer insights. And that's where we get into account level insights. That's where we get into who we should target. And you mentioned Crystal Ball. I mean, what that is at SAP is essentially think of it as a digital account intelligence platform that we use to really understand the digital state of mind of our customers. So we're understanding what customers are researching on the web and really being able to pinpoint who's most interested in different solutions at SAP. We combine that information with our first party data at SAP to get a full picture of what's going on in an account. And once we have that full picture, we then make a determination around, who are we going to target and how we'll go about doing that.
Beautiful, beautiful. And then, so internally, are your customers the salespeople, the product people, the marketing people,
yeah, great question.
Yeah,
thanks for asking that. Our customers at SAP really originate from the board down to the individual seller. And I sit in what's called the Customer Competitive Market Insights function in SAP. So we both provide almost a consultative relationship to the business, but then we also have a bunch of platforms and insights that we provide to the business. So at a board level, it might be high level questions around, what's our position versus one of our competitors in a particular market, and what's the momentum? Are we up or are we down? Are we trending? Usually it's up. I'm going to say it's up. But then you get down to the individual account, the quota carrier on the sales side, and we will be providing them usually very detailed account insights around what's the opportunity by SAP solution And that's based on the market research that we're gathering on a real-time basis at accounts, and understanding like what are they researching, so we can tell our sales teams, well, at this account, it's blinking green and they're very much in market for, let's say, one of our HR solutions. On the marketing side, the way we support marketing is really from a scale basis. So we'll take large sections of companies, both SAP accounts as well as net new companies that are outside of our CRM system. And we'll identify which ones are the most opportune to target and do very scaled type of account-based marketing against those accounts. And maybe one of the final rungs I would talk about is we also have the capabilities to look at our renewal rates and our churn rates with our crystal ball and our digital account insights to be able to both really understand maybe what accounts are, I'll say quote in quotes, at risk, for example, due to other competitive signals. So it's kind of a defensive and offensive tactic we can bring to bear with the tools and solutions we have.
Okay, so some of those groups, the marketing and the sales and the board and so forth, are they also sources of information for you, or consumers of your information?
I'd say both, because we have very collaborative relationships with all of those teams. So the board's taking inputs from a lot of different stakeholders in the business. So when we dialogue with them, it's a very good interchange back and forth. So we get information from them. Same goes with sales and marketing, especially in the account-based marketing space, right?
Yeah.
Sales, a lot of collaboration, especially when you get into more of the one-to-one and one-to-few type of account-based marketing, as opposed to really scaled account-based marketing. You're going to have more higher touch interactions with sales when you're talking about fewer sets of accounts. So it's definitely a collaborative and bi-directional communication flow.
Yeah, I was picturing that you're telling them these are some of the accounts that would make sense to go after, and them saying no or yes, or this is what we know.
Absolutely. And the example I would give, like as I said before, our the program we have with our global account insights and crystal ball is if there's an account executive who's really all over a particular account, they may think they know everything about an account, but they might not. They might not know that a big company happen to be researching something for HR. They just might not be aware of it. So truly the insights we provide to the business are really suitable to any sales team, whether it's a net new sales team that has hundreds of accounts that he or she has to cover, or even account executive at a major company. We're going to provide those insights, and they can use them to help identify opportunities and close their business.
Yeah, good. And hopefully the content people, the people that are in charge of messaging and so forth, are listening as well.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, in the supply chain of we always think of customer first, if you will, and from a content standpoint, our marketing teams consume our information to understand what's the market, what's the voice of the customer in the market, because we're listening across the globe to what accounts are most interested in, right?
That's right.
So we're kind of taking a voice of customer approach, and what we may think internally is relevant, what the market is actually telling us goes into our messaging and our content in terms of our marketing teams, especially. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, I look forward to talking with you more on the 9th. Any other words of wisdom for now? Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you then.
I think my words of wisdom are just for everyone to tune in, because it's going to be a great session.
Excellent. Thank you again, Bill. I look forward to it.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.